last night. Cavs Suns on ESPN, a 122-101 loss for Cleveland. Tyvis, you texted us at about 11 o'clock saying, I had to turn this thing off. So I'll ask you this first, Tyvis. We saw Donovan Mitchell. He took off Tuesday night's game, came back last night, and looked hobbled to the utmost extent. Should the Cavs just sit him until the playoffs start and hope for the best at this point?
Yes. Yeah, they should. I mean, listen, when you watch him play, you can clearly see that he's bothered by his knee. I mean, he went to dribble the ball and try to get low and try to take it to the hole. He ended up losing the ball. And defensively, you know, he's limping around. I understand that you want to be out there for your guys. And I understand that you are kind of considered the heart and soul of this team, but I think that you're doing a disservice a little bit when you're not being able to be 100%. And I think that if your knee is still affecting your play and you know that the playoffs is coming up in a couple of days, I get that you probably thinking to yourself, I want to see how I can play with it, what I can and cannot do. But I think that you also should be trying to get as healthy as you can. You know, maybe you're not going to be 100%, but maybe we can get you to 85% if you just take a couple of games off. That should be the case. But right now, it's no point. Like, y'all in the playoffs anyways, right?
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs
Guys,
anyway. So you need to just chill out for a second.
Let me tell you something. JB Bickerstaff should have been fired already. I would have fired him last night after that game. I don't care.
Whoa, it's a little too late for that.
It's not too late. I'd make JB Smoove the coach. I don't care. Give me anybody. This guy is a clown show. Why on earth was Donovan Mitchell, who can barely walk, playing 30 minutes? Playing at all, let alone 30 minutes.
Hashtag fire JB.
Hashtag let him know that JB should be fired. He sucks. He's terrible, and he should be fired. And I'd fire Kobe Altman's ass, too. Kick them both right the hell out the door.
God.
Jason, why have these guys not been fired?
God.
Shouldn't JB be fired immediately?
I thought after the Miami game he might get fired last week. I thought.
This late?
Well,
why not?
But it does feel like a panic move if you do it now.
Yeah.
It is.
At this point, you might as well ride it out anyway.
Why ride it out?
You never want to admit you're panicking.
If you're gonna,
even if you are.
So if you fire him, what's going to happen? What's going to change?
Probably nothing.
So what's the point?
But I know. Here's what I know. I know with 100% certainty nothing's going to change, and this team's going to suck and get swept in the first round with JB.
It might be the same.
Creates a spark.
It may be the same thing.
But at least there's
fire.
a chance there'll be something different.
This is the same coach that had them that won 18 out of 20 games.
So what? They beat nothing but crappy teams. It's the middle of the season. They're falling apart.
If you did it now, the guy whoever you're putting in that spot has no time.
That's what I'm saying. Doc Rivers been talking about this the whole time.
Doc Rivers is an idiot. Nobody cares about him.
But you can't implement anything that you want to do differently than what you've been doing. There's no time.
But maybe a new leader shakes up the energy on the team.
It will.
I don't know.
It will next year.
I wouldn't.
It's bad.
It is. It's terrible.
Bad.
And the thing is, JB prides himself on defense, and they look terrible on that end too. The whole thing just looks bad.
Why did they play Donovan so many minutes last night?
I
Is
don't
that
know.
him? Did he force it?
No, I doubt it.
Because
I haven't talked to him when they're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
He sat out the game.
Is Joe
before.
out there? Joe Varden?
Chris Fedor is.
Chris is out there.
All right, I'm going to text Fedor. See what the hell's going on here.
The body language is really bad on this team right now, I think.
Everybody's hurt, too.
It's just this is about a worst case scenario for when you're headed toward the playoffs where you want to be at. It's unfortunate, but this whole thing looks like it's falling apart. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to pull it together. Would I sit Donovan until the playoffs? I would sit him between now and the playoffs. I don't know if I would sit him the whole time because I don't know if you want – I mean, last night, correct me if I'm wrong, last night was the first time the starting five was together, was it not? In quite a while?
In a long time.
Yeah. So you want to
no. They played it. They also played against Denver was the first time they were all together. So they played.
Okay.
And they've gotten smoked by two legitimate teams, both those games.
You need time with these guys. And I know that they've played a lot of minutes together over the last 2 years, but I would not want to sit these guys cold and then roll them out for game one.
But isn't at this point,
he's not healthy.
He's not healthy.
Yeah.
He's not.
But he's not going to be healthy.
But I don't know that it's going to make that much of a difference.
75% compared to 85% is a big difference.
Yeah.
He
at the very least,
do what he wants. He can't do what he want to do.
There were actually moments last night where I felt like, oh, that kind of looks like Donovan.
No.
And then I saw it a little bit. And then there's other moments where it was like, oh, man, this is bad.
Here was his quote after the game. Chris asked him about how his knee feels, his recovery back, and this is from Donovan word for word. Quote, I'm trying to be easier on myself. That's the biggest thing. I have to be patient with this kind of thing. I'm not just going to come out there and be what I was. It's going to take time to build that, and that's what this is for, and that's why I'm playing these games, to get back out there and get these reps. I want to be perfect for my group. I'm continuing to build, so when we get to the playoffs, I feel more ready to go.
Like I said, he know he ain't gonna be 100%, so he trying to figure out how I can be successful in the playoffs with this injury. That's clearly what this is.
It's a shame that it's going this way. It's really a shame.
It's a shame.
Because if he were 100% healthy, at least you'd think, okay, maybe they'll win a series.
Yeah.
And that would be exciting.
Yeah.
With him like this, they can't win anything.
No.
It's because I'm gonna tell you, it looked like they all kind of just gave up. I guess. Again, the Darius thing, I don't understand it, bro. Like, I just don't get it. You was literally a star a couple of years ago. Even last year you had looked good. This year you had, like, early on, you had a couple of moments, but for the past, like, 6 or 7 games, I don't know. I don't know. Like, that 15-8 is fine, but who you are and what you've been capable of before, knowing that your ace is hurt like that, you should be taking over way more games. Your impact on the game should be through the roof, and it's just not. And I don't know what that's about. I really don't.
It's amazing that the Cavs are still the 3 seed as poorly as they've played.
That's
The rest of the East is imploding around.
Yeah, Milwaukee
Boston and everybody else.
Milwaukee's not. Orlando is the only team playing well. Mike?
Yeah, they're up and down, but yes.
Then they let Devin Booker, and Devin went for 40. KD went for 32. I'm just like.
Right now, the Cavs are a game and a half back in Milwaukee. They're a half game. Orlando has moved into the 4 spot. They're a half game back in Orlando, but we remember Orlando's got the tiebreaker, and they're tied in the loss column. The Cavs have played 1 more game. The Knicks are a game back of the Cavs, but again, they're tied in the loss column. The Cavs have played 2 more games than the Knicks. And then Miami's 2 games behind the Knicks. So the Cavs are going to finish probably as the 3, the 4, or the 5. They're probably going to play either Orlando, the Knicks, or we don't know. They could end up playing Miami. They could end up playing Indiana.
It's a giant crapshoot. and Embiid's back, so Philly can catch a game or 2 here. I mean, there's only 5 or 6
Philly's
games
only
left.
a game and a half back of Miami for the 6th seed.
Ooh.
So,
you're probably not going to know who you're playing till the last day of the season.
Yeah.
If it ended today, they'd play Miami.
Right.
Good.
Miami's got the tiebreaker over Indiana.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, they're going to get smoked.
Why y'all, like, I still got a little faith. Y'all, my goodness.
Tyvis, their best player looks like crap.
I get that.
Their second best players look like crap all year.
Yeah.
The only positive right now is Evan Mobley's playing his best basketball.
I said this before the show.
Yeah.
They should run for the next 5 games. Just run the offense through Mobley. Give him the reps. We've never seen what an offense run through Evan Mobley looks like. Donovan and Darius are not up to where they need to be. You might as well try it right now.
And what happened to Jared Allen? He don't get boards no more? I mean, this is the same guy that just had 2020 like a week ago. 5 boards.
Watching them is depressing, isn't it? It was like so much fun in the middle of the season.
It's like hot and cold with them. Like when they hot, like they like the best.
Yeah, but
they can compete with anybody.
Lately, they've only been good against bad teams, and even that's not been consistent.
No, they beat a good team.
When's the last time they beat a good team?
Who did they play before the Nuggets?
It was a bad team, probably Charlotte.
I'll pull up the
Philly.
schedule.
Yeah, but that was before Embiid came back.
So what?
They're not good.
They
without
lost
Embiid.
to them without Embiid.
I know, but they're not a good team without Embiid.
It's a weird team. This is a weird team. They've beat the best teams in the league.
They have a couple weeks ago.
They've been absolutely annihilated by some of the best teams in the league. It's been a strange year, man. It's a weird year. It's a shame that this is where they're at headed into the most important time of the year.
Right.
We've talked all year how important this year is, how important this postseason is, and for this whole thing to be sort of unraveling the way it is at this time.
And Jason, if it ends the way it looks like it's going to end,
Yeah.
that's going to continue into the offseason because they're probably going to trade Donovan Mitchell, right?
If he forces their hand, yeah.
It's just interesting because they're in a similar situation that the Cleveland Browns were in. They dealt with a bunch of injuries, but that team was built with the right stuff. They didn't let that stop them. And the Cavs is like the complete opposite. Like, I guess that's, as a fan, that's why I'm judging it the way. Like, I just watched Cleveland Browns just do what they did with all the injuries. Cavs got injuries, but they got guys who's had moments that have shined. And now knowing that guys are not 100%, you would think that they would step up in the absence of that. And they're not doing that.
Well, they did that early when they lost Mobley.
I agree.
The start of that 18-2 was with some injuries.
With some injuries, and they were
so so you know it's there, but for some odd reason,
Donovan was healthy at
but
that time too.
your best player was hurt, not hurt.
Two things on that. When
Yeah.
they went on that 18-2 stretch, I can't emphasize this enough. That was the best basketball Donovan Mitchell had ever played in his entire life. It wasn't just a healthy Mitchell.
Right.
It was Mitchell at his best. And role players are role players for a reason. They get hot and streaky, and they can make a ton of shots over a month stretch.
Yeah.
But the reason they're role players and not starters or stars is it goes month on, month off, essentially.
Right.
The best ones are more consistent for that month when they went 18-2, the 2 months,
Yeah.
6 weeks, whatever it was. Everybody was making shots.
Right.
Everybody.
I mean, look at
And now
Okoro.
it's fallen
He's done. I feel like he's done nothing since then.
Well, he's been hurt the last couple of weeks.
He's what?
hurt.
He didn't play last night. He's been hurt.
No, I know that, but he was playing for a while before.
Yeah, he's not
and
played as well
and
as
his
he
just
has.
game went away.
No, he hasn't been playing as
He
well.
did the
one
same
thing I
thing
noticed,
last year,
Yes,
didn't he?
yes, he did.
the one thing I noticed with Mitchell last night, and Jason, I'm curious if it's pretty evident, not noticed, but he's obviously hobbled, and just the ability to get past guys with ease, it isn't there. And there was a couple occasions, including his first bucket last night, where he Euro-stepped around a guy instead of just going up and attacking. And if he doesn't have that burst and the ability to get into the paint, I don't know if you could run your offense through him in the playoffs, even though I have no idea who else you'd want to run it through.
There's no one else. Who else are you going to run it through?
I don't know, but if a hobbled Donovan who's struggling to get past Phoenix Suns perimeter defenders in the regular season,
Yeah.
I don't love my chances against a Jalen Suggs or an OG Anunoby or somebody when the defense steps up. I hope he gets healthy. Like, we really need a miraculous.
I want to know
What are the odds? It's with 3 weeks from the playoffs.
I need to know why
That's why I'd sit him.
Darius is
That's
doing
why I'd sit him
this.
to the playoffs.
Why is Darius playing like this? I need to know. Something's
It's
not right.
bizarre. I mean, he's
like,
been awful.
something is wrong. Did JB lose the locker room? Like, what is it? Are y'all trying to imply that y'all don't want to play for JB no more? Like,
Is some of it him?
I need to know what the heck happened.
Is some of it him, his immaturity? There's been a lot of rumors
Yes.
about him being immature.
Well, I do think that he's got some growing up to do, 100%. Like, I do think that. So of course some of it's him. You have to put it on him. He's the player. I think everybody takes – some of it's on JB. Some of it's on Darius.
Yeah.
You know, however you want to divide that pie, I don't know. That's the game we love to play around here is who gets how much of the blame. Right. But those two, you know, especially Darius. It falls on Darius. I have no idea. There's no explanation for it, but you better figure it out. And it's kind of too late for this year, although it's not. You got the playoffs in front of you.
Yeah.
You got a lot of years left on that contract. You got to figure this out.
I mean, the guy was an all-star a couple of years ago, and he looks like just a guy now.
I'm telling you, he was considered the next of that wave of terrific young superstar players. He was on the U.S. select team.
Yeah.
Like, only the best of the best make that team. And that tells you where his trajectory was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's happened.
All right, Mike, let's
It
talk
really
some
is,
football.
last thing on DG, we'll move on.
Yeah.
But it really is unexplainable. You could blame injuries. You could blame confidence. I know his grandma passed away this season, like 100 different variables. But at the end of the day, he just hasn't played up to the standard you need him to. And you look at his career numbers. 2 years ago, 2021, 22 points, 9 assists. Last year, his first season with Donovan. His first season. You would think that'd be the roughest year of their backcourt marriage. 21.5 points, 8 assists. This season, 17 points, 6 assists. Shooting numbers are down. 3-point numbers are all-time low. It's his lowest free throw percentage. He's shooting fewer free throws than he has in any season of his career outside of his rookie season. There's not a good answer.
Yeah,
it really is the big question, and there's not an answer to it.
All right,
So,
let's get to football here.
Let's move on.